In. Good.
It's breathing.
It is breathing.
I need to breathe.
That's true. Please keep doing that. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode here on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ross.
And we are headed to Eagle Park Brewing Company here in southeastern Wisconsin tonight. And we have count them, 4 holiday-inspired beers here. Now, one of them is maybe not quite holiday-inspired.
Released around the holidays.
It is post-holidays. We picked all 4 of these up around Black Friday. Eagle Park always has a pretty good release around Black Friday of some really neat barrel-aged stuff, and they did not disappoint yet again this year.
No. I had nothing to add to that. I didn't expect you to turn to me.
I mean, that's pretty much what I had to say.
Pretty much what we got here. So, 4 big beers. It's a lot of fun here. We tried a couple of these on Black Friday. Don't really remember exactly what I had, but I'm excited to try all of these because I don't think I've had most of these.
Okay, so we are starting off with 2 barley wines, 2 barrel-aged barley wines, and then finishing off with 2 barrel-aged stouts. I've had Fly By Night. I don't think I've had the others, though.
I think I had the figgy pudding on the night on Black Friday.
Okay.
But I have the others. One's a really interesting variant of something we've done on this channel a couple of times.
Yes.
That I'm really curious about because I don't know what to make of it so far.
Okay, well, let's dive right into these things. Let's get this thing started with Naughty Water, which is the, I guess in this case, base barrel-aged barley wine. It is barrel-aged, right?
It is barrel-aged. For how long?
In Heaven Hill barrels for 4 years, which is supposedly the longest or oldest beer that Eagle Park has released to date.
I wouldn't say supposedly. I would acknowledge.
It's a fact. Not an alternative fact. It is a fact. Let's get a little nose on the Naughty Water here in 2024. Whoa.
I mean, definitely getting some of those barrel characteristics right off the bat. I wouldn't say you're getting those like heavy, like stone fruit characteristics you normally get at some of the barrel-aged barley wines.
I'm giving a pretty heavy, like, fruit apple character on the nose.
A little bit, yeah.
It's almost like sour apple.
A little
It's
bit.
almost kind of the nose I'm getting on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's give it a shot.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. A little more of those barley wine characteristics. I wouldn't say like heavy barley wine characteristics I'm normally used to. Kind of thin in a lot of ways. I'm not getting it's not overly thick or viscous or like one flavor coming off more than the other. But a little bit fruity, a little bit figgy, kind of getting on it.
I'm almost kind of getting like this thing has like a caramel apple vibe to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting kind of like a caramel malt kind of flavor mid palate.
Caramel's a good call out.
The apple note I was getting on the nose is pretty prevalent in the palate on this too. So it's really kind of giving me like caramel apple vibes. Like if you told me this was like the caramel apple Naughty Water, I'd be like, ooh,
yeah,
that's nailing it.
Like it is missing some of that like classic barley wine taste, some of those like stone fruit, some of those dark fruits that you really want to get out of it. It's just kind of missing. It's not bad, but you're right. It's got a very caramel apple vibe. The more and more you say that, I'm definitely starting to taste it more.
It's missing a lot of those deeper malt characters I expect out of a barley wine. I'm not getting a lot of spirit on this either. It's actually pretty good but it's not what I was expecting at all.
It's good, but it's one of those weird ones where I think it does taste good. It is an enjoyable beer, but I do feel it's missing a bit of what it was going for at the same time.
I agree with you.
All right. So you're scoring this one. Let's just get to it. We got 4 to do. So
yeah. So again, if this was a caramel apple barley wine, I'd be like 4 1/4. Since that's not what it's supposed to be, I think I'm going 2.75 on this.
Wow. Okay.
Actually. And the reason is because I'm just not getting any of the characteristics I want out of a barley wine in this beer. It's good. Like, I don't want that score to reflect whether this beer is actually good or drinkable or not, because it is. I'm going based on what's on the can and what I'm tasting.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3. So I'm not too far off from you. I guess when you said that, I was a little bit surprised. I thought you were going to go higher. I'm going 3. Again, to what Josh said here, it's not that it's a bad beer, but when we've had some really good barley wines on this channel, like really good. So we're very spoiled when it comes to barley wines. I think we are a little, just because of that, we're a little harsher on barley wines. I do think this is missing some notes. I do think this is missing where we like our barley wines. And so I'm going to go 3. I still think it's a good beer. I do. It's just, it's not what I want when I pick up a barley wine.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so moving on. So now we got kind of a variant off this one. It's the figgy pudding one. So very similar. This was aged in bourbon barrels. I'm going to just read it because I don't remember. But it was also aged in almonds, figs, and then orange peel. So a little bit of a variant off this. Again, really diving into the holiday theme with the figgy pudding. So yeah.
So
let's get a little nose on it.
Bring us some figgy pudding.
No, I'm not going to do that. No. Okay, bring us some figgy pudding.
So bring us some figgy pudding to the nose, though.
And I don't know the rest of the words. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't matter.
I'll have Josh put them right here for you.
Yeah, they're down there. Ooh, whoa.
Okay, this is different.
Ooh.
I mean, it's almost getting like chocolate notes.
Yeah, what is it again? It's
almonds, fig, and...
It's got to be the almonds I'm smelling.
Yeah. It's the almonds. I'll let you say that.
It's got kind of a blue moon kind of nose.
It's a bit jarring going from what we just had to this. I think the more I smell it, the more I enjoy it. I do like that almond, but
I was a little taken aback at first scent.
Yeah, took a second.
All right, let's give it a shot. Figgy pudding. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That keeps going. There's a lot to that.
Ooh.
So the first thing you get on that palate is that it's a heavy almond, very blue moony, like you kind of alluded to. But if you let it linger there, that orange peel really comes through at the end, and it just kind of settles in nicely and provides kind of a nice, like, oddly enough, a nice bitter end to this, because it's such a sweet beer, in my opinion, up front, that a little bitterness from the orange peel really kind of likes to balance it out.
Yeah, I think that's a good description. I think the viscosity on this, too. I mean, I expected the Naughty Water being barrel-aged for 4 years to be thinner. This has got some added viscosity to it. It's a little chewier.
Yep.
All the things that you said, though, about the palate, dead on. Like, it's almond forward, kind of the figs, a little bit of like molassesy kind of note mid-palate, and then it finishes more citrusy. Like, there's like it's not heavy, but there definitely is some orange peel presence towards the back that gives it a little bit of a brightness out the back end of it. This one's pretty good. And totally non-traditional barley 100%. Wine, but good.
The thing I like also is, look, we're drinking beers that came out for Black Friday. They're holiday-themed beers, and that orange peel at the end really gives a nice kind of like holiday vibe to it. It just kind of finishes off nicely. This is definitely one I could like sit by a fire and just kind of slowly drink for the night and everything. This is tasty. This is well done.
I like this.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. Okay. So, the figgy pudding that they brought you.
It was brought.
Because they bring us some figgy pudding.
It was brung.
It's already been brought in. What's your score on the figgy pudding?
4.25. Really good. Again, we are spoiled by barley wines. I'm going to keep saying that with that, unfortunately. Like, this would probably be higher, if not for some of the other ones we've had. This is a decent 4.25. It's really good. I like the almond variant, and that orange peel just really adds a nice touch at the end of this.
Yeah. I'm kind of right there with you. I'm going a 4 on this, but I think we're in the same ballpark as to where these two beers fit together. I've been a quarter behind you on both sides. But I think this is a strong barley wine. It's really good. Drinking this around the holidays, perfect little beer to sip on.
To the point you've already brought up, I love the very non-traditional barley wine notes this one has.
For sure. All right.
Next.
Beer number 3, we are moving forward. So this is the Fly By Night. They release this, I believe, every year, or they have recently released this every year. So this is their barrel-aged Imperial Stout. This is brewed with Ugandan vanilla beans, aged in used bourbon casks. So if you know us on this channel, you know we love vanilla. We have a recent fascination with Ugandan vanilla.
We do.
I have had this previously, but I'm very curious to see what I think tonight.
I've had previous years. I've had this year, so.
Okay.
All right, to the nose.
To the nose we go. Ooh.
Okay, there it is.
That smells pretty bomb.
It does, and as we've kind of learned, and I think we talked about in recent episodes, Uganda is going to be more earthy of a vanilla. It's not going to be that overly sweet or that overly, like, ice creamy vanilla. It's going to be much more kind of earthy and much more...
deeper, darker.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, it smells...
It does smell good.
It smells awesome. Let's try it out.
All right, cheers.
Fly By Night, baby.
Oh, damn. That's all I can say.
God, that's so good. That's so good.
So, it's a very rich vanilla. Very kind of a thick feeling vanilla. You know, it's a bit of that spirit, a bit of that char coming off, but the vanilla really, really takes over early to mid palate. Not to sound weird, but and it completely consumes everything. It sounded weird.
Sure.
It's just so good. It just coats your palate and everything.
Yeah. So this has this is the perfect blend of like a really good vanilla character while you're still getting some of the barrel char. You're still getting some of that smoky kind of stout characteristic. And the vanilla's there. It's just a perfect balance, I think, of those characteristics in a beer.
Yeah.
Eagle Park always hits these characters really well. So when I've had this the past couple of years, I'm not surprised. But even so, like, this is just really good. We just, right before this episode, we had the vanilla rye variant of Bourbon County Stout from 2024. This easily beats that.
Yeah, it does. And I really like that beer. This is a step up, though. And if you watch that episode, I did say I think it would have been better if they used Ugandan. I can't talk.
Ugandan vanilla.
Thank you. That vanilla over Madagascar. I think Madagascar just has a bit of too much of a sweetness. It's more of a richness, which I realize kind of sounds the same thing, but it's different if you understand what I'm saying. This is it's so well done. It's so well blended with the beer that they have here, as you alluded to. It's just spot on. This is fantastic.
It's a really nice natural vanilla character to this beer. Okay, so Fly By Night 2024 release. Where are you going with this?
4.5. Really, really solid 4.5. It's really well done, and I've had other variants or other years of this, and it's just so consistently good. 4.5.
It's good. I'm gonna go the boring route. I'm going 4.5 on this too. It's so good. It's just good. It's just legit good.
Yeah.
Well done on this one, Eagle Park.
All right. So now the one I'm probably the most curious about because I haven't had this, and I'm a bit terrified of it, if I'm being very honest, because this is the peppermint booze for breakfast. Now we have done booze for breakfast 2, maybe 3 times on this channel.
Quite a few times.
It's been kind of a one we keep coming back to because we like it so much. And if you remember what booze for breakfast is a maple coffee stout. This one is a bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with coffee, cacao nibs, and peppermint flavor. And I don't know what to make of that peppermint. It terrifies me because mint in beer is always all over the place.
I mean, booze for Christmas though.
Booze for Christmas. Sorry.
I mean,
in theory, it's a very fun holiday twist on a great beer.
Yeah.
And probably one of our favorite beers that we do. Booze for breakfast is one of our favorites. So to do something different to it, I'm just worried. And I don't know what to make of this.
And we've had a lot of holiday beers over the last month plus. Yeah. If you've watched our Advent calendar series. So we have our palates pretty well tuned to what we want from a holiday beer. This is pretty holiday beer.
Yeah, so, all right.
Let's get a little nose on the booze for Christmas.
Booze for Christmas.
Holy
cow, that's so pepperminty.
It's like you're sniffing a candy cane.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, that's super heavy mint.
Holy.
I kind of expected, but it's a good mint scent, though.
No, it's a very pleasant mint. Like, it's not bad mint at all. I just don't know yet. Like, I don't want peppermint in my coffee. You know, I just...
Yeah. We had that mint beer from...
Fifth
Ward in the Advent calendar series, and we weren't huge fans of it. It was a porter, though.
Yes.
This is a heavier stout.
Yeah. All right.
Let's try this thing.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, that mint really dominates the palate. Get a little coffee, a little of that chocolate, but it's really just that mint that kind of takes everything over. For me, a bit overpowering. I don't know if I like that because it feels like it's so heavy and it just kind of like almost numbs the palate of everything else for me.
So I'm gonna equate this to the prairie beer that we had, where it was kind of like drinking a cup of coffee with a gingerbread cookie. This is very much, hey, I'm sipping on a cup of coffee and I have a candy cane off the Christmas tree, and it's like I can see the candy cane sticking out of the coffee cup. Like there's not a ton of coffee on it, but I do think that the stout characteristics kind of bleed through enough to cut through the mint. Like, the mint is for sure there, and it's heavy, but it should be. I mean, it's called Booze for Christmas for a reason. Like, we talk a lot of times on this channel about how if you're gonna say something's in here and if it's an adjunct as strategic as mint, like, make it happen.
No, I don't.
They did.
I don't disagree. Like if we're talking just in the sense of, did they hit what they were going for? 100% absolutely. Like, it's minty. It's a stout. It's thick. It's heavy. I'm not arguing that. For me though, I don't want this. Just personally, I don't want this. Like, I think I could see the audience that would like this and everything. It's so overpowering with that mint. It just takes everything over to a bit of a, like I kind of said just earlier, it numbs my palate. Like, I don't taste anything else now other than mint. That's all I got.
I've got a little bit of coffee a little bit of fudge, like a little bit of chocolatiness. The mint is the star character. You do lose a lot of the barrel characters on this. You don't get a ton of like barrel char. You don't get a ton of spirit. I think that is missing from this. But if I want a Christmas beer that is candy cane, mint inspired, this might be one I reach for, to be honest.
I get it. If you're really, really, really leaning heavily into that holiday theme Christmas type, yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for a beer I really want to enjoy, I don't think this is what I want to reach for.
That's fair.
So, all right. Last one, putting us on Untappd. Where are you going?
4 1/4.
4 1/4.
I'm going 4 1/4 on this because of how well I think they blended the flavors. I do think it's missing a few things, but I'm giving it credit for being probably one of the better Christmas beers that I've had, Christmas-inspired beers that I've had. I do think that their Last Christmas is better than this. I would rather drink that than this, but if I'm sitting up on Christmas morning and I want to pour a beer early, booze for Christmas, boom, like nailed it.
I think I'm gonna go 3 on this one. And it's purely on my preference, my palate alone. Like, does it nail the absolute flavor? Absolutely. If I was going on just how well of a beer they made, right there with you, 4 1/4. Like, no doubt in my mind, 4 1/4, because Eagle Park nailed what exactly what they're going for. My palate alone, though, I don't like this. It's just not for me. I don't like that overly minty flavor. I feel like if I drank this, I can't drink anything else the rest of the night because I can't taste anything else the rest of the night. Like, that's where I'm coming from with this. It's just not for me. I don't really like mint in my beer as I used to. I don't think I like it anymore. So
fair enough.
That's all.
Are you gonna drink some more Fly By Night after this?
Unfortunately, I will try to and see if I can get through that.
Okay. Hey, 4 really good, very unique beers here from Eagle Park. All of these we picked up on Black Friday. Mm-hmm. Super fun to stop in there on Black Friday this year, pick up a few of these unique releases from them, and glad to get them on the channel. These were fun.
Yeah, really, again, we talk about a good Black Friday release. It's fun to have such a good variety of beers. I think they did a really good job of that. So
agreed. Awesome stuff here. Have you tried these? Have you tried the Naughty Water? Have you tried the Fly By Night? Have you tried the Booze for Christmas? Let us know what you think about them in the comments, or how wrong you think we are. Check us out on the rest of our social media channels. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok sometimes. We are on Facebook. We are on Untappd. We are also here on YouTube. So if you haven't, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see all of you in the very next episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.